welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And the series being hosted in Milwaukee for tonight's game as the Bucks will be going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Looking at the Lakers, they find themselves in a tough position after failing to finish this series on their home floor. They gave up the road win and now look to return the favor here in Game 7. This right here, this is what it's all about. Game 7, the NBA Finals. It's what every player dreams about. Jack, you've been in Game 7s before, but never in the finals. What is going through their minds right now?
This is another level of pressure that only a handful of players get to experience. At the end of the day, it's just another 4 quarters of basketball, and they need to stick to their high school.
Well, there you go. Your hand was up. You've been there. Game 7 finals.
Game 7 NBA Finals. There's nothing like it, Jack.
Versus
New York Knicks versus Houston Rockets, baby. John Starks, Patrick Ewing, and the company. No, in Houston, H-Town, Clutch City. The hype is surrounding this game. This is what it's all about. I am excited about it. I'm tingling right now, gentlemen. I'm tingling for this game to start. And only the best players. This is how you make your fame, not your name.
Kevin Harlan.
That's a look at our setting tonight, the picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The biggest stars have aligned on the biggest night in basketball. This series has gone down to the wire. The air is thick with excitement and anticipation. Welcome, everyone, to NBA Finals Game 7. Winner take all. A season of joy and pain will end here tonight. And thank you for making us part of your night on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him, now he gets to break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he likes it.
Hey, Dave.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron and Bradley are the guards. Green and Davis in at the forward position. And it's McGee in at the 5. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Brook Lopez. And there's Hill. And it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. Now here is Hill. Passes it to DiVincenzo. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. From 10 feet out, the shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis. Bradley kicks to Davis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Davis has got his team on the board to start the game for Los Angeles. Still in the age of positionless players and positionless basketball, is there any player that, in your opinion, is more versatile than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I think KD is probably more versatile because he can basically do anything you want offensively and guard for the 5 positions defensively. I think what makes Giannis so unique is he's basically a center, but doesn't have to play center and can play any of the 5 positions. But if you look at his stats last year versus any Shaq season, it's basically the same season. He's doing 27 and 13. He's protecting the rim. You don't think of him as a center, but he really is. But I think what makes him special and what is the next level for him is his ability to play point forward or point center on one end, but then protect the rim on the other end. And once he adds that last piece offensively, which, you know, for Kawhi, it wasn't until, 2017? And he had that, all of a sudden he could create that little 18th.
Oh, what a dunk!
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Antetokounmpo kicks to Hill. There's the pass to DiVincenzo. 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Right block shot. Nice touch on the bank shot. DiVincenzo's got his second basket of the night.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Shots good by Middleton. He'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever?
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then. Didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure. Just want to reset a little bit.
And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez kicks to Middleton. Pass to Hill. Rocket 6. Jacks up a 3. Shots good by Middleton. Middleton's got 5 now.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
And it's James missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft's one and done aspect may be coming to an end. Like it?
For me, the G League is the key to all this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go into the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the real team.
The G League is having an effect on the NBA. There are a lot of former guys from that league playing in the big league.
And the other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable with the streaming services and just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it if you're in China. You can watch it if you're in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing. So if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff while also preparing these guys. The one and done, that makes no sense to me. I don't understand what anyone gains from going to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
Ilyasova, rebounded by Howard. And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles, trailing by 2. They come off the loss on Friday.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
And that can drive guys absolutely crazy. I mean, they know they're better free throw shooters than that, but just did not get it done from the line.
And just enjoy watching Rondo utilize that speed on the drive. Just kind of nice through the defense there and dares you to attack it.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Morris comes in for Davis, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Green. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line. And Bill, over a quarter of today's NBA players were born in a country other than the United States. The talent is that broad all over the globe.
And Giannis was born on another planet. We don't know what planet
he is otherworldly.
Wasn't Earth. I think he just got dropped from some satellite. Yeah, this all starts with...
I love it, too, don't you? I love the fact we've got players from Latvia and Greece and all over playing.
What's cool about it is they all kind of have distinct identities and quirks, and one of the things that makes somebody like Doncic so much fun to watch is he's not like anybody else. Like, he's close to James Harden, but he's also that step-back 3 that he was taking that he's been making his whole life. Other than Harden, nobody was even really shooting it that way, you know? And I think there's an unselfishness with the European guys that is really useful for the way the American style.
100% agree.
They really, guys move without the ball. It's give and go, and it's not just like clear out, I'm up.
Yeah. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caruso's checked in. 58 seconds left in the first. Down low. Lopez with the steal. Hill has the open look, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And when Hill sees an open floor ahead of him, he's off to the races, using that amazing speed and length to get to the basket.
Lobbed up there for Howard, hammers the alley-oop through.
Great timing and recognition as Howard is able to go up for the alley-oop.
So it's the Bucks now. It's a three-point game. Matthews passes to Lopez. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Back to Matthews. The kick out to Hill. Just 5 to shoot. And Matthews with the basket on the assist by Hill.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Here's Caruso. The dish to Morris. Here's Kuzma. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
And Korver is solid at getting a hand in the face of shooters. Like seeing him hustle on that end of the floor.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. The Bucks on top, up by 5. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee.
I don't really give a... Oh, man. 'Cause I'm on the...
Now you see a lot of players who pick up the controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And we're back courtside at Game 7 as this series comes to a head. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
George Hill out there with Matthews. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Williams at the 4 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. With the length of the Bucks, Bill, the shooting, the capacity to push the tempo, this is a frighteningly good team to try to defend.
It is, unless it's the third round of the playoffs. Then they become super easy to defend because everybody's afraid to take a jump shot. Yeah, they play with pace. They spread the floor for Giannis, and they're really good at running everything through him while everybody else around him is somebody that complements him.
Right coach? Was it the right coach, you think, at the right time for where these were?
Yeah, it was the right coach for about 92 games last year, and then it kind of flipped a little bit. I think, you know, the big thing for them is who can be their second shot creator when the other team takes out Giannis. And usually you find that out during the playoffs. Take out Giannis, who's creating a shot? Yeah. Nobody could do that in the Toronto series last game. That's what they did.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
James, no good.
Defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with him.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And the ball handling of Antetokounmpo, my goodness, really unreal. For a guy his size, his dribbling is ridiculous.
And finished off by LeBron.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Bucks leading by 4. Seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill, by and large. How do you see those deals working?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much money, and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlie was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team, and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of $180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be in this position with Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team on?
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like 32 now or something. Make it so that it's not
a percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figure is 32. Even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people can compete better.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Antetokounmpo, hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Giannis has got 7 points for the quarter. Bill, you're a basketball historian, we know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there, you're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They got to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they made the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
But what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the 60s, 70s, 80s. Oh. I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing.
Los Angeles, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Robin Lopez is checked in for the Bucks.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Middleton against Green. Back to Lopez. Here's Middleton. Offensive rebound. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight. It's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
And the Bucks with some changes. Matthews comes in for Kyle Korver. And George Hills subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Lopez with the block.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shot.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Rondo passes to Davis. Lopez with the steal. And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate you joining us. I hope you come back.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to go? Can I just stay here for the
I'm
rest
reading
of the
this
game?
note, and the note says, thank Bill.
I'm not leaving.
Hope he comes back.
I'm staying.
Okay. And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Rondo. Here's McGee. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul.
Well, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. The Lakers also with a sub. Caruso's checked in. And the dunk by Lopez.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Rondo with the ball. Outside for Davis. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. But they get it back. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Bucks lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. SRO, standing room only.
Ooh, nice.
I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Got Shaq here, got Kenny the Jet. Well, for the Bucks, what a tremendous battle they've got going on here in Game 7. And what other way to be heading into the second half than to be in such a tight-knit game all the way down to the wire. Just a great example of this entire NBA Finals series. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And it's time for more of the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. What a time of year. You look at George Hill, he's really been playing well.
You know, some guys just love the big stage, and so far tonight, he's been the difference.
Yeah, he has been. You never know how the role players are going to respond to big game pressure. He's showing us what direction he goes in. Straight north.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Taking a look at the Lakers. At the 2 and the 3, it's Bradley and Green. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's LeBron in at the point guard. Tries it from 19. Here's Davis. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis outside. Middleton for 3. Offensive rebound. The shot misses. The Lakers trail. Stolen. Davis against Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Back to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
James, the pass to Davis. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Goes up, and Giannis throws it down.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Stolen by Middleton. Stolen by McGee. Kicks it out to James. McGee. It's good on the putback.
Boy, for a 7-footer, he's got really good bounce, does JaVale McGee, and doing a nice job working on the glass there.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And Los Angeles with some changes. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Danny Green. On the wing, Giannis. He's guarded by Davis. And that one's good by Giannis.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know, one of the things you love about Giannis, guys, is this all-around game. I mean, showing it all off there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's Davis missing.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
And the dunk by Giannis.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chants.
Here's LeBron. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, when you played over a decade and a half in the league, they it's expected that you're going to slow down, but LeBron still going strong.
And the Bucks making a change here. Williams has checked in. Bucks leading by 8. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Davis sends it back. And here's Bradley from 3, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
On the wing, Hill launches it. That's the pitch make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Well, you can't lose sight of Hill when he's out on the perimeter. A deadly shooter from deep.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
But he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And the Bucks making a change here. Ilyasovas checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Avery Grant. And it's Alex Caruso in for LeBron. Here's Giannis. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
LeBron, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. Here's LeBron. Kuzma outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Kuzma's got 7.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. Middleton outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Caldwell Pope kicks to James. Looking to end his cold spell. And that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 9.
You cannot give James these types of opportunities. That guy is relentless.
DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Here's DiVincenzo. Kept alive. Goes straight through the defense. For the dunk. And now, yep, this will be a practice challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Lakers passing it around. It's Antetokounmpo all alone, and Giannis throws it down.
That giant wingspan of Antetokounmpo, man, wreaking havoc on opposing players and really mucking up passing lanes too, man. He can be everywhere with that ferocious motor and those long arms.
Here's LeBron, and the shot goes in. LeBron's got 5 points in the quarter. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Knocks it loose and stolen by LeBron. And James throws it down.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. The first one falls. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Morris. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Rajon Rondo subbed in for James.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Milwaukee, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. George Hill's checked in for Antetokounmpo. He's perfect from the line this time. Lakers trail by 11. Rondo drives in. Good D by Lopez.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
DiVincenzo. And the Bucks miss again. Here's Caruso. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing way to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Avery Bradley comes in for Alex Caruso. And James subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Ilyasova holding down the forward spots. And there's Hill, and there's Robin Lopez, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Bucks leading by 7. And the pass to Ilyasova. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Tried by James in for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Hill against LeBron. Middleton right side.
And you've got to be careful with Middleton down low. I mean, he's very talented at how he gets defenders to bite in the post.
And that one falls for Middleton. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Bucks. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Here's Middleton. A rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
Tell you what, even though he's a little older now, James still a force in transition.
Now here is Hill. Pass to DiVincenzo. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. That shot off.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And Davis puts it in.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
James against Hill. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Pass to Middleton. Fires it up. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Man, it's obvious that Middleton has great confidence. I mean, you can just see it oozing out of him. He's so good at catching the defense off balance and knocking down the catch-and-shoot jump shot.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And, you know, we've come to expect this from LeBron James, guys. I mean, when his team needs a bucket, he rises to the occasion.
Timeout called the Bucks.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. Told his players they're so close right now. He said, don't let up. Keep working, and by the time the buzzer sounds, we'll be NBA champions. See if they can close it out.
Thanks, David. They get it back. McGee with the block. Bradley against Middleton. Bradley kicks to James. To tie it up. They grab their own miss.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And here's Giannis. There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter.
And really, Antetokounmpo never stops attacking. I mean, he's always in attack mode. He really forces the defense's hand. He keeps pressure on him at all times.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them to lead.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Hill gets to Middleton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. 14 feet away. And he overshot that one, missing.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
LeBron James is clutch. Not the first time he's done that, nor will it be the last.
So it's the Bucks now. Outside, Antetokounmpo. McGee with the block. They get it back. Here's Lopez. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
When you have a reliable big man like Lopez who can get you buckets like that, it's really such an asset for a team.
LeBron dishes to McGee. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
The Bucks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Outside Hill. Three-pointer. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. That shot is no good. His 5th miss now in 12 tries. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green the pass to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, the power and intensity on display there from James, guys. I mean, giving the defense no other choice but to foul.
He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 2. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo against Davis. Antetokounmpo passes to DiVincenzo. For three, Middleton, bullseye!
Patience is a virtue, and Chris Middleton, virtuous.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're trailing by 1. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make a difference in the game. Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
And that's it, folks. The Los Angeles Lakers have won it all. Wow. What a moment it is right now to see the team who played so well together enjoying this NBA championship moment.
Well, Kevin, it's awesome to be here to witness what happened tonight.
And seeing this team come together over the course of the season and on into the playoffs, what a joy. I mean, there is no better champion the league could have asked for.
And a pleasure here at 2K Sports to be with you all season long. Good night, everyone.